It's showtime. Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. I decided to do this preview just so I wouldn't have to do it tomorrow or the day after. Bayern Munich versus Barcelona. A game that's just bound to be fun. Barcelona are in form. Bayern are drawing games we should be winning, right? Now, people look at it and they're like, oh, that means Bayern isn't good. That's so irrelevant, right? I think some of the games we're playing, there's a difference between playing poorly and some players being out of form, but at the same time, you're still capable of scoring as many goals as you want. The draw against Union Berlin was coming. Union is probably the Bundesliga's Atletico Madrid. You're never supposed to win that game by any, large margin, let alone not draw it. So that's a crazy game. We usually lose to Gladbach every year. So this time we improved. It was a draw with 20 shots. Jan Sommer turned into Jesus. He was saving everything. Thirdly, the draw against Stuttgart this weekend was crazy. I think Stuttgart came with a game plan and they kept a low block. But if Gnabry scores a few chances, it's a different game. If there's no penalty, we win. So we always have to add context into everything. People are saying, we miss Lewandowski. I will say this. I love Lewandowski. Lewandowski. I'm loving the fact that he's killing La Liga right now. But the truth is, we play better football without him. It's more fluid. We don't just cross and rely on him and his world-class movement. So that's what I'll say. Musiala's in form. He's getting better and better. Last two performances left more to be desired, but he's getting better. Thomas Müller taking that responsibility as the leading attacker. Not his best game yesterday, but we move. Leroy Sané's back in form. He's dangerous every time he touches the ball. Kingsley Coman is out. What are we going to do? I think it's going to be a Musiala, Sané, Gnabry, Mane, or no, not Mane. Yeah, Müller and Mane as an attack. And then Kimmich and Sabitzer in midfield. Pavard at right back. De Ligt and Lucas Hernandez center backs, and Alphonso Davies left back. This Barcelona game will be fun. Barcelona are a much improved team from last season. And I've said this countless times. If Xavi doesn't win a trophy, and a significant one at that, the investment this club, Barcelona, put into these players, man, because they didn't just put investments into these players. It's a high risk, high reward kind of thing, which means if it doesn't work, man, we're talking about financial issues for decades to come. Think about it. They're selling their assets, so future revenue potential, so they can make some money now to sign some players so that they can win some trophies and increase their commercial earnings so they can pay off their debts and eventually, maybe in the future, buy back their assets. That's why they were looking for the best of the best. Lewandowski, Bernardo Silva, which they didn't sign, but Rafinha. Some really good players. Barcelona's team they're saucing. They ended up keeping De Jong as well. So that's really good news for them. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, if Barca doesn't win the Champions League or La Liga, or at least compete and make it obvious that they're back to their best, it's going to be a very long couple of years for them. It's going to be very hard and difficult. So they have a lot in this game that they want, which is why they rotated almost their entire team. I think only Ter Stegen started, and Baldi, I don't know. Who else normally starts for Barcelona? I don't know. But they rotated 9 players. They rested Lewandowski. They rested Dembele. They rested Ansu Fati. They rested Pedri. They rested De Jong. Well, I think he started. Never mind. They rested some players, man. Barcelona's midfield is better this year than when we played them last year. But here's the thing. I think Bayern's intensity is crazy. Barca's results have come against teams. Cadiz, they're saying it's Barcelona's second win since 2006 or something like that. And I'm like, Cadiz have been relegated for years. So, you have to add context into everything. Yes, they're in form, but it's not like they're playing Real Madrid and Atletico. They're playing Sevilla, who lost, a lot of players, and their most important player to Barcelona, ironically. Barcelona's defense is better this year. I think Jules Koundé was a really smart option. They bought a really smart player. They didn't try to go for, a player that wasn't proven in La Liga, right? They just went straight up and bought Koundé, a player that's established in La Liga. So that's smart. I don't know if Christensen was a smart buy. I don't know if Marcus Alonso, I think that's his name. I don't know if he was a smart buy. I don't know if Hector Bellerin is where he was supposed to be for Arsenal. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Is he still a vegan? So if so, he's going to lose energy halfway through the game or something, bro. So I don't know yet. But I do know the attack is fluid. The chemistry between Levy and Ansu Fati is good. Pedri is really technical. He's good at, controlling the tempo of games in an attacking sense. He just, rotates the ball, and he's a really good ball carrier. He keeps the ball. Gavi, small, very effective. He wins the ball back, ball recoveries. I think he's up there in Barcelona's team. De Jong, one of my favorite midfielders in the world, so complete. I wonder if he's playing the Busquets role yet, or they're just putting him in central midfield and asking him to be a box-to-box. He definitely deserves a chance to be Barcelona's number 6, where Busquets plays. If Sergio Busquets starts this game, I think the attack Bayern have might be too hard. It might be too much energy because Busquets is slower. And yeah, he reads the game well, but when you have Leroy Sané running at you and Musiala, the last time you played Barcelona, remember, Musiala didn't start in an attacking role. He started in midfield, and he almost scored. And actually, he hit the post, and Lewandowski tapped it in, and it was a tap-in. So if your midfield isn't prepared, there's going to be the best part about this game. Let me just get away from that topic. The best part about this game is that both teams are fit. Oh, we have a new member, Mohammed Umar. Really appreciate you, my man, becoming a member on BayernNow. That's sick. It helps support the channel, keeps the content going. This game is great because both teams are fit. Literally. Does Barca have any major injuries? Apart from Kingsley Coman, Bayern don't have any other major injuries. In fact, with Bouna Sarr being out, we have a complete squad now. We have a better team with Bouna Sarr out than with him in. So that's great. And I think both clubs are in a similar situation when you look at their lineups, not, club situations and success. Their lineups. I think our defenses are similar. Nagelsmann and Xavi, they're both young, and they could be, the new generation of managers. I think Xavi's only 35 or 36, which is crazy because this dude could still be playing. He could have still played for Barca a few more seasons, and I think they should have kept him. Him and Iniesta, they could have played and been like Bernardo Silva for Man City, but they got rid of him too quickly, and then they were spending too much money trying to replace Author and whatever. That's besides the point. So we're in a similar situation. I think Bayern's fullbacks are better, but our midfields are similar, right? You have De Jong, we have Kimmich, Busquets, Kimmich, right? And then Goretzka, I can compare him to, I don't know, maybe Gavi, Musiala, Pedri, right? They're both competing for the Golden Boy award. So the reason I say Gavi and Sabitzer, yeah, it should be Gavi and Sabitzer. They both win the ball back, very energetic in midfield. I'm kind of comparing the roles each player has in your team. De Jong is responsible for just, switching play. Busquets the same when he plays. Kimmich does that for us. In the attack, you have a striker. We don't have a striker. What we have is a very fluid attack. And that's why I say without Lewandowski, we're playing better football. What that means is in a game like this, there's no real relied person for us to score. We need everyone to chip in, and they have been doing that. The problem is, and the reason why we're missing chances, or we're not even missing chances like that. I mean, what we need is just ruthlessness, and then transition. Bro, I feel like these 3 draws are really twisting people's minds because they think Bayern's crap, but It's weird. We play really well. We're so balanced. There's no defensive error in our team anymore, right? I mean, Davies made the pass, which Union capitalized on, but he's not going to do that every game. He'll do that. He'll do that twice in a season, right? The one time he does it, it's all right. He played well yesterday. Imagine if Davies plays like he did yesterday against Barcelona. It's a different game. So context is everything in football. I think it's very important to look at context. Bayern as a team have improved. And yeah, I mean, we have players that need to step up. Mane needs to step up, like Mohamed just said there. He needs to step up. Sebastian Delgado, are you a new member too? Yo, we got 2 new members. Yo, really appreciate it. That's crazy, man. I think that's a record. 2 members in one day. If Barca win, we'll never hear the end of it. It's at the Allianz Arena. And I think the reason Xavi is really looking at this game is because Inter versus Barca is going to be a tough game. And if Barca gets something from Bayern, it's going to be good for them. I'm telling you, De Ligt will make a mistake. How are you telling me something about my team? He's not going to make – look, De Ligt, the penalty happens. It happens to everyone. You know, it's not like it was a deliberate mistake, a visible, oh, you stupid bastard, why did you do that? It was more of he went in thinking the striker was going to have a good shot, and he went in for a block. The striker's touch was terrible, and his shot went out. So it looks like De Ligt barges into him and potentially obstructs him from having a better shot. That happens in football. In that game, it wasn't De Ligt's fault. I think he had a masterclass. He led that defense well. We shouldn't have conceded because Davies shouldn't have passed the ball to them. And even the goals we concede now, they're not even like we had a Neuer mistake, Upamecano mistake. Yeah, we have mistakes in our team, but we're not conceding goals like 5-0 against Gladbach last season where they opened and tore us apart. Transitional play in between the lines. We're not conceding those goals. We're conceding mistakes, which if at the right intensity, you avoid. If we're playing in a Champions League game, you're not going to get those mistakes out of these players. Upamecano is going to be forced to perform. And if he doesn't, I don't think Up is starting versus Barcelona. Lucas and De Ligt will play. And yeah, this is a team that's angry. What I love about Bayern is we didn't lose that game. But guess what? Apparently, the players were walking out. And they were fuming. They were angry. Sane declined to do an interview. Muller said he was visibly angry, and that's good. That's what we need. We need that anger. We need this hungry attitude. Because, bro, we don't have any choice but to win the Champions League. Because we spent money. We spent a lot of money. So, look, I understand Barca fans. They see a vulnerability at Bayern. I don't. I think we defend transitions so well. Nagelsmann did really well to drill a system between Kimmich and Sabitzer. And even with Goretzka yesterday, we defended transitions well. I don't have any problems with how we're defending. What I have problems with is Gnabry's touch. Musiala, he gave the ball away a little bit too much. I didn't like that. I think we need to iron that out of our game. I think there were times where our players we're trying to be too speedy with it in the final third. And yeah, they have a pattern that the manager drills into them of how they can break teams down. It has worked. So they're trying to replicate it every 2 seconds. They're trying to do too much sometimes. Sometimes, man, do what Sane and Coman did. Sane, this is what I love about Leroy Sane. The best footballers play ball at their own pace. Sane received the ball, I think it was from Thomas Muller or Goretzka, somebody. And there's 3 players around him. He doesn't, try to, get rid of it, dribble through. He stops, passes it to Coman, makes a run, passes it back, scores. We need composure. And we can do it. We've seen our players do it. We don't want them rushing decisions. I think that's our biggest problem. When we get to the final third, we can break any team down at will. Low blocks, we can break you down. We have the quality to do it and the consistent rhythm to do it. The problem is if there's a little bit of frustration, maybe in the first 20 minutes, the players start rushing their passes, and there's a pass behind players, and our attack is prevented. Bro, how many times would we get into Union Berlin's box and someone would try to dribble and then lose the ball, or the pass is too hard and we got to run to, like, bro, relax. See what Leipzig did something crazy against Dortmund yesterday. I mean, it's crazy because Marco Rose was there for one game and his team looked more drilled than Dortmund with Terzic, who'd been there for a long time now. I mean, come on. I know he got, he resigned and then came back, but still there longer than Rose was at Leipzig for, right? But the way Leipzig were just consistently breaking through Dortmund, they were never going long and trying to do. It was composed. And Nkunku would drag Guerrero out of position. Leimer and Schlager had the midfield balanced, and then Jabozle and Forsberg would come in or stay out wide, and then the space between Zula and Schlotterbeck would open up for Werner's run. It happened so many times. That's what I'm saying. Like, and Leipzig were just patient, right? They just let it happen. That's how it is in boxing, right? Look how Gibb performed against Austin McBroom yesterday. If you watch that fight, Gibb got knocked down, but he didn't let that, rush his decision-making. He just picked Austin apart. And when Austin knew he was getting tired and needed to take Gibb's head off, because Austin won the first 2 rounds, Gibb was like, all right, I got you now. And started smacking my mans around. Put a pillow on Austin McBroom. Austin McFlume, man. My man's sleeping next to Tyrone Woodley now. He joined the sleepover. So what I'm saying is we got to pick teams apart and manage our intensity better. We can't always try to, quick. That can't always happen. Sometimes we just relax. So I think that's the problem, why we're scoring less goals. We're still scoring a lot of goals, but yeah, it's a situation we can fix. Like Inter Milan, bro, Inter's a good team in their stadium. Their fans they really wanted that, and their players didn't suck. But the difference was Bayern just knew what to do at all times. And even in that game, we needed improvements. I think we will perform against big teams this season because no one else matches our intensity. Liverpool's intensity is gone. Man City, right? They rely on Haaland now, so they're getting kind of one-dimensional. Haaland's getting a lot of their goals. So if you stifle Haaland, some of their players' heads will drop because they're like, we can't score unless we have Haaland scoring. So I think City, they're slowing down. Barcelona is the only other team, and Real Madrid, that can probably manage to play against a team like Bayern. And I say Barcelona because Xavi came in. I was one of the few people that didn't think it was a stupid decision because I kind of studied his team that he was coaching. Was it Japan? Yeah. And I was like, all right, he's coming in and he knows what he wants. His philosophy is clear. He wants to play that, Barcelona tiki-taka style, but with pressing and intensity. And I was intrigued at how he would do at Barcelona. So I watched a lot of their games. They had issues with, no striker. And maybe it was a blessing that Barca lost Messi because now they can rely on the team performing and not just one person. But I think if you lock Lewandowski out of Tuesday's game, Barcelona will do what Bayern would do in big games when we had Lewandowski. They would kind of lose ideas, and they would be trying to get the ball to Levy, but De Ligt is just on there. De Ligt knows how to deal with Levy. He shut him down when we played Ajax a few seasons ago. So yeah, it's just going to be an interesting game. Lewandowski's return. It's always going to be a topic. It's always good to see, the inevitabilities in football, right? So within the dressing room, some players believe that Nagelsmann should question his own tactics. For them, it was striking that the coach didn't publicly express a word of criticism or self-criticism after the game on Saturday. Instead, he just put the responsibility on the team. Oh, I don't. Yeah, I can blame Nagelsmann's substitutions, right? But yeah, Brazo on Nagelsmann and communication. Julian is still looking for his style. He hasn't had a squad like this before. He speaks to the players a lot and does it on an equal footing with everyone. Of course, he talks more to the leading players. It's a learning process. I wouldn't say Nagelsmann is learning on the job. What I'll say is he needs to just stick with one formation. Bayern, we're not a lab. This is not a university. We're not out here dissecting animals when we play games. We're Bayern Munich. We have a style, and the opposition is irrelevant. In a bigger game, I understand why you can twist your tactics because the other team is also well drilled in their ways. Barcelona is stubborn. They're a stubborn team. Have you ever seen Barca fans enjoy playing a three at the back? No. Have you seen Real Madrid fans enjoy not playing a certain way? No. We don't. Bayern fans don't do that either. We don't compromise what we want. When Nagelsmann was playing a three at the back, we all hated it. I mean, there were people that were willing to open their minds to it, but let's be honest. Deep down inside, you know that's not how Bayern play. We don't play with three center backs. Nagelsmann did well to adapt. He brought in the 4-2-2, and it was working. And then he decided, I'm going to experiment more. 4-2-3-1 now. Mane's playing as a lone striker, right? And maybe I don't know. Maybe some part of him thinks by giving these players as many systems as possible, he can make them just play a certain way every game. And maybe if we're losing a game, he can just switch the system. Everyone knows what they're doing. But it can be confusing for players, especially when it's going well. It's the Pep Guardiola thing. Pep does it every Champions League campaign. City are playing well, beautiful football, scoring goals, and then a semifinal comes or a quarterfinal, and Pep changes the system, changes how they play. The players get confused because players are humans. They're like, what we've been doing has been working. Our performances have been good. Why are you changing it? Do you not trust us? And then they don't trust themselves because they don't feel that trust from the manager. So we have to be, we really have to be careful. Let's not change anything. No changes of systems. Let's stick to the same formation, stick to the same tactics, and we will have success. So to the chat right now, what are your score predictions? I'll pop them on the screen. 4-1 Bayern. Jugador de Slay Cooper says. Sly Cooper. Barca and Levy and Xavi will gangbang. Wow, that's ridiculous. I hope Barca fans are ready for when Levy doesn't actually score against us. Because look, Lewandowski, I always said this, right? The reason he never scored in big games is because most strikers don't score in big games. That's where you need a Leroy Sané, an Ousmane Dembele, right? They're the players that are going to have space. In big games, center backs are really good. Lucas Hernandez knows how to play Lewandowski. This man has pocketed Neymar. De Ligt has pocketed Lewandowski personally before. I remember when I was watching that game and I was like, I was so angry at this Dutch dude at the back who he was the captain. I didn't know who he was, right? He didn't have all the hype until the summer after that. And I was angry. We were playing Ajax and this dude was pocketing our team. Our entire attack was just shut down by one guy. And I was annoyed. Well, it was De Ligt, right? He wasn't too popular back then. But he just got on my nerves. Every first ball, he was there. Second ball, every header he was winning. He would just foul our player, but the referee would let it happen because he won some of the ball. Gnabry would try to make a run, and he would just be there. He was so fast. Right. Most big teams are going to have good center backs. So the striker is going to be shut out of the game. And that's where you need your Dembele, Sané, Musiala, right? That's where you want your Rafinha to pop in. Lewandowski is going to be occupying our center backs. And our fullbacks have to be extra good because the only attack that Barca is going to have is from their wingers. That's why a lot of the times in these Champions League games, you don't really see the striker scoring a hat trick. Like not as much as you would think. Even if Levy's in form or was in form for Bayern, he would. I mean, in the 8-2 game, like, did he really touch the ball that often? I mean, he scored twice, but he wasn't like the main person. He was occupied because he's playing in the center, and there's like 3 players in a triangle around him. The CDM, the 2 center backs, sometimes 3. And every time he makes a run, he's close to a center back. That's why strikers have a really hard job. Movements every 2 seconds is really crucial. So, he's not going to score. I don't even think he's going to score against us. Maybe 1 goal and it's like 3-1. I don't know. I'm not predicting the score line, but I think you're overestimating strikers' roles in big games against good center backs. Like, how often do you see that? I don't know. So, people are saying 2-1 Bayern, 3-1 Bayern, 2-2 draw. Damn, a Bayern fan saying 3-1 to Barca. That's crazy. If Nagelsmann gets Bayern to excel in 2 to 3 systems consistently, they would be really dangerous, but I agree that they would stick to a primary system most of the time. Yeah. I don't think against a team like Union Berlin we need to switch our formation. 3-2 Barca, 5-0 Barca. That's crazy. Look, so in my match reaction, if I cook Barcelona, you gave me the bullets to shoot you with, because there are a lot of Barca fans that saw the game this weekend, right? And they're talking. I'll let you talk. I get it. You have ESPN Plus if you're a Barca fan in the US. You can watch Bayern and Barca at the same time if you want. Football can humble you. Once you play Real Madrid, right? You played them in preseason and you think that's it. But once you play a Real Madrid that cares and they smack you up, Benzema is scoring a brace. Vinicius Jr. is tearing down Hector Bellerin. Once that happens, that humble pie comes in. I will be smoking you, right? I'm coming in on humility. I'm not saying Bayern will smash Barca. Yes, when we drew Barca, I was, joking about it. But I'm also aware that Barca are a much more improved team than they were last season. I'm aware. I have self-awareness. I know that Bayern have issues. We could lose that game, right? But Barca fans saying we're going to lose 5-0. You're going to beat us 3-1 in our own stadium. And I saw a tweet. A Barca fan said, Bayern haven't won at the Allianz Arena for a month. I'm like, bro, because we played like 2 games that we drew, right? It's like we didn't play 10 games and lost. We didn't lose any. But I'm going to tell you, man, when we start crafting chances or when you lose, we could get beat by Barcelona. I don't care. But when we win that war, you could win one battle. You won the battle of the weekend. Bayern drew and you won. That's the battle you won. But when we win that war on Tuesday, or if we do, I'm coming for your necks. I'm going to be on your neck like George Floyd. You can't breathe. I can't breathe. I'm going to come for you. Guns blazing, baby, like the U.S. military. I'm going to come for you like Vladimir into Ukraine. I'm going to get ready like Xi Jinping with Taiwan. It's time for war. I'm going to be on menace energy, menace hour. Because you're trying to tell me that Barcelona will just smoke us. 5-0 is I get it, 2-1, 2-2. I get it. You might predict a draw, right? There's some Barca fans predicting draws. But to y'all boys that are out here telling me my team's going to get smoked 4-0, 5-0 in our own stadium, and if we don't, and if we beat you, which is very likely, I'm going to grab you, turn you over. Well, damn, that's gay. Y'all are all dudes, aren't you? Right? No. All right. Look, right now we move in silence, right? I think Bayern performed better in big games this season than we do in, league games. I did say we would struggle, against smaller teams, but I didn't know how we would struggle. And now I do. And it's more frustrating. Collab with Talk FCB. Bro, that guy's Claire, man. I don't exist in this universe. Oh, I have a Barca friend that I might do a preview with in real life. But this game means more to me because, I actually have friends that are Barca fans. I have friends that are Bayern fans too, but I have a lot of friends that are Barca fans, right? Because of Messi. freaking bandwagons. And there would be nothing better than to call them and just destroy their life. Just make their life pain. Nothing would make me happier than that. So let's move in silence and see what happens. 4-1 Bayern, you will see. All right, we got a Bayern fan in the chat. Barca leaves many spaces behind, and this is where we have to take advantage of our speed. I mean, this is the disadvantage of doing the preview by myself. I don't have every answer about Barcelona. I mean, they haven't shown all their weaknesses because they haven't really played anyone yet. They're like Arsenal. Barca fans are like Arsenal fans. You know how they were saying they were going to beat us? 8-2, before the 8-2 game. They were saying, oh, we're going to run a train on you. We're going to beat you. We're going to win the champ. We got Messi, Suarez. And, bro, they were talking as if they didn't watch Bayern do what we did to Chelsea, do what we did, the professional performance against Olympic Lyon. And they were just talking the most. And then they got humbled. And then they wanted to resort to the Messi's older, oh, Suarez, the coach we have isn't good enough. And then last season, they were like, oh, Pedri, Gavi, we're so much better now. Like, you're not just going to beat us. I mean, and then we sent you to the Europa League. You got to remember that. And then you got smoked by Eintracht Frankfurt. This isn't a different manager you got smoked under. This is the same team. But it's better. But it's not just going to be drastically different. You have played Valladolid, probably getting relegated maybe. What's the La Liga standing? Oh, Valladolid has only won one game this season, lost 3. So, I mean, fair, you beat them. Fair enough, right? But you've shown weaknesses. You drew to some team, I swear, in the first game maybe. Sevilla, they're trash. Cadiz, Pilsen, Lewandowski stat pad. We'd love to see it. You dominated them. Fine. You beat some freaking farmers. They're in a country that's probably in war. Putin's next target, maybe. You beat a team that is in danger. All right, fine. We're all gonna beat Pilsen. We're just gonna smack them up. Cadiz, you beat them. I think they just got promoted. Name a single Cadiz player. And now you're talking about beating Bayern at the Allianz Arena in a Champions League game that our players will be up for. Come on, man. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. Bayern fans trying to force a rivalry with Barca. We're not trying to force a rivalry with Barcelona. You've been trying to force a rivalry with us. We beat you in peace. And, oh my gosh, dude. We beat you in peace. 8-2. Hansi Flick didn't even look bothered. We didn't criticize your club. And then, you decided to pipe up. All right. Well, let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. So let's see Alphonso Davies versus Hector Bellerin. There's more to football than just pace. Let's see how Bellerin breaks down Davies, because Davies is probably faster than him because of how many injuries he suffered. But let's see how it happens. Let's see Lewandowski versus Upamecano and Lucas Hernandez. Let's see Kimmich versus Busquets. Let's see Goretzka and Sabitzer maybe in the midfield. Let's see Musiala versus your back line. If you're that team, let's see these things happen. Let's watch the game. Let's not talk too much. I guess I'm talking too much, but let's see. Bellerin won't play. Who's your center back or right back then, if it's not Bellerin? But, all right. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Make sure you smash the like button. Football's fun. Koundé plays right back? Nah. Savi might be. Bro, what are you doing? Ain't no way. Let me check Barca's lineups. Bro, I swear Araujo was playing right back. Like, that's the weirdest thing I saw. I saw this Uruguayan plumber playing right back. Koundé, to be fair, he did get that assist for Lewandowski. He played against Sevilla right back. So you don't really have a right back. I mean, you don't. Oh shoot, Araujo has been playing center back, and Koundé's been playing right back. Oh, that might actually work, because I think Araujo is a better center back than he is a right back. And Koundé, he's shorter and he has the finesse for it. So I see it. So Davies versus Koundé. We need Fonzie to be on his A game. Eric Garcia. How is Eric Garcia at Barcelona? I know he left Man City and he's supposed to be like the next Mascherano because he's Spanish. But, not Mascherano. Puyol. They were saying he was the next Puyol. How does Eric Garcia play? Is he like, bro, I swear, when I watch Barca, I'm not watching these center backs. I'm literally just watching Dembele, Pedri. I watch Lewandowski. Like, I've been watching a lot of Barca games, but I have not seen Eric Garcia do any, bro, because when you watch games, you just tune certain players out. Like, when I watch Leipzig play, I just tune Timo Werner out of my head. I don't want to see that. I tune him out. My brain just forgets he's playing. So I don't really, pay attention to your center backs. There is a certain element to me when I do watch other teams that aren't Bayern, bigger teams. I kind of want them to lose. Like, I'm rooting for the other team. So I just kind of forget, to pay attention to your center backs. But how does Eric Garcia play? No way you prefer Christensen over Garcia. I've never heard anyone say that. I thought Andreas Christensen, when he's fit, he's okay. But man, we'll see what happens. Garcia is starting every game, so Xavi must like. I think he's a Pep Guardiola center back, just really good on the ball, but probably weak in certain challenges and maybe not as fast as they should be. And not super reliable defensively, but really reliable when you have the ball, because his passing is just crisp, it's drilled, and it's consistent. So maybe that's why Barca have him where they have him, but. We'll be interested to see what happens. Garcia's better. Don't listen to him. Only 1 goal conceded. No way Barcelona have only conceded 1 goal. La Liga must be finished then. What the hell's going on? Bro, what the hell? They only conceded 1 goal and scored 15. That's really good. What about Bayern? So Barca's 5 games in. We're 6 games in. We have scored... Wow, bro, fair play, man. We have scored 19. They have scored 15. We have more games though, but we drew 3 times. Fair play. Fair play. They have goals in them, Barcelona, and they don't just have Lewandowski. They have Dembele, who Xavi just said his name. He's like Neymar, which is stupid. Bro, comparing Dembele to Neymar is like comparing a freaking a Honda Accord to a Rolls Royce. Why? Just drive what you want to drive, because you can't afford Neymar. So afford Dembele. Drive Dembele. Don't talk to my guy Neymar like that. Neymar is gunning for that Ballon d'Oro. So relax. All right. Thank you everyone so much for watching. 20 goals. I'm talking about La Liga, my man. You see fear in my eyes? No, there's no fear. There's no fear. My prediction, Bayern will win. We have no choice. The Champions League is clearly our focus. And we'll win. We'll probably beat Barca at Camp Nou too. And we'll see them in the Europa League. I'm joking. I think they'll beat Inter. They'll be second in the group. We'll finish first. Mia, San Mia, and peace.